Okay, hi everybody. Here's regurgitated content with Lorenzo Ariola, and today's not really regurgitated stuff. I just thought I just had therapy maybe about 45 minutes ago. I thought I would talk to y'all about going over that. I think I've been in therapy. I've been in therapy for years. No, well, I'd say I've been seeing psychiatrists for years, but therapy I recently had a therapist maybe about a couple years ago, and it was kind of weird. I think she was like a black woman, and we just didn't like click. You know how you gotta kind of click with your therapist. It had nothing to do with her being black or anything. It just didn't click. And then just recently, about I want to say 2 or 3 months ago, I had gotten another therapist, and she was like this white woman, and that didn't work just because I don't know. I didn't really like her attitude. She was always like, "Try this," and I was like, I don't think I could do that. And she's like, "Well, if you're not gonna listen, then I guess it's not gonna work." And I'm like, "Okay, well, all right." And I remember on the first session I had with her, it was like her saying, "I bet a therapist never told you to play video games. You should really play them because they'll help your mind get off of the fear and anxiety that plagues you." And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. She's trying to be a cool therapist or whatever." But yeah, that didn't last. I don't know. It didn't click with her again too. I'm starting to think, the problem was me. And now I'm on this therapist that's kind of closer to my age, woman. I don't know why. I just never really cared to try having therapy with a man. I don't know. It just sounds weird to me. I wouldn't mind having a man be my like massage therapist though. Like really fucking dig into my muscles with his elbows and knees like a Muay Thai fighter. But as far as this therapist, I've been seeing her for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, and it's been all right. She's very nice, very patient with me and how my sickness has its ups and downs and backs and forths and everything in between, right? But I thought I would right now take this quiz they gave me here live with y'all about let's see, it's called the GAD-7 and PHQ-9 quiz. So, GAD-7, General Anxiety Disorder-7, is a series of 7 questions used to assess your anxiety level. Your answers will help you track your progress. All right, so here we go. Over the last 2 weeks, how often have you been bothered by any of the following problems? Feeling nervous, anxious, or on edge? And the answers are not at all, several days, more than half the days, and nearly every day. So yeah, I'm gonna put nearly every day because that's how we are. Where I am nervous, anxious, and on edge nearly every day. Not being able to stop or control worrying. Again, select value. Not at all, several days, more than half the days, nearly every day. Let's put nearly every day. Because nearly every day I can't stop worrying. 3. Worrying too much about different things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that falls kind of into the last question, so nearly every day. Trouble relaxing. Hmm. I would say, should I put nearly every day or more than half the days? I don't know. I would say nearly every day. I do have trouble relaxing. I just am constantly, like the first question said, I'm on edge all the time. Um, Number 5, being so restless that it's hard to sit still. I'd say maybe several days. I don't think it's more than half a days and nearly every day. I can sit still. I can kind of watch a TV show or a movie. I've yet to like try to play a video game yet, but yeah, I can kind of sit still, with that shit. Number 6, becoming easily annoyed or irritable. Yeah, I would say that's nearly every day. I'm very annoyed, especially with my self and my never-ending fears and irritable that I have. I'm just constantly angry. It's like, man, is my mom still alive? Shit, whatever. Number seven, feeling afraid as if something awful might happen. And yep, that's nearly every day. Every day of my life, I wake up and I think, you know what, something awful might happen. Like that whole, like the rapture, and we'll start floating into the sky. Yeah, that's pretty scary. It's a pretty scary feeling. All right, let's go to next. Now here's your PHQ-9 patient health questionnaire. Is a series of 9 questions used to assess depression. Your answers will help track your progress. Over the last 2 weeks, how often have you been bothered by any of the following problems? Number one, little interest or pleasure in doing things. I'm going to say nearly every day. I have very little pleasure in doing things nearly every day. Number two, feeling down, depressed, or hopeless. Hey, there's another one nearly every day. This is easy. This is an easy one. Trouble falling or staying asleep or sleeping too much. I would say not more than half the days, maybe several days. I know the days that I do have work from my regular job, I'm able to wake up super early, work through the day, and then feel tired or afraid or whatever emotions I feel. So yeah, that's several days. Feeling tired or having very little energy. I would say more than half the days, because yeah, I maybe record stuff. If I have to work, I'll do my job, or I'll just veg out and watch predator catchers on YouTube, or the dude that does speedrunner documentaries. Those are always fun to watch. So yeah, more than half the days. Number five, poor appetite or overeating. I would say at least more than half the days. I know I'm not much of an overeater anymore, but poor appetite, yeah. Like I don't eat very good foods. My doctor's always like, the Mediterranean diet. You should try the Mediterranean diet, and I'm like, bro, like I don't care. Like just give me pills. I don't think the Mediterranean diet's gonna get all these massive fears from my brain away. So, I mean that's wishful thinking, but I'm sure there are people from the Mediterranean that are just as afraid as I am of existing. Number six, feeling bad about yourself or that you are a failure or have let yourself or your family down. Well, that's easy. Let me go down to nearly every day. That's an easy one. Number seven, trouble concentrating on things such as reading the newspaper or watching television. Well, I don't know who reads the newspaper anymore. And yeah, I watch your occasional television program, and I do read the occasional article. So I'd say several days. I'm sure there are days where I just want to veg out and not do anything. Just put on a podcast and listen. To that's all funny.com. No, it's not .com. That's all funny. That's all funny. The podcast. Uh, let's see. Moving or speaking so slowly that other people could have noticed, or the opposite, being so fidgety or restless that you have been moving around a lot more than usual. Well, if you notice on camera, I tend to move around a little bit, and I am pretty fidgety. And I do speak kind of quickly at times, where it's hard for me to kind of comprehend what I'm saying. So I'll say several days on that. I'll say several days. That makes sense to me. And number nine, thoughts that you would be better off dead or thoughts of hurting yourself in some way. And see, this is a hard one. And I've always said this. I've never, like, yeah, we joke about suicide or whatever, or at least I joke about it, right? But I've never had thoughts of like wanting to hurt myself or commit suicide. Have I had thoughts that I'd be better off dead? Yeah, yeah, that's pretty easy. But to have like them categorized in the same thing, it's not that I don't want to. It's not that I want to kill myself. It's just that I don't want to exist anymore. You know, like there's a difference there. I know it doesn't sound like much of a difference, but there is a difference. So that's a tricky question. They always try to trick you with that because I know I've had my fair share of questionnaires like this, especially when I was on ketamine, and they would send you that questionnaire once. They'd send you a questionnaire every day to see how you were doing, like a quick 3 5 questions. But then at the end of the week, they would send you a questionnaire that was like 10 to 12 questions, and it was a lot like this. And I would sometimes put that I felt again that I'd be better off dead, and then they're messaging me or calling me, hey, don't kill yourself. You're worth it. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't like mean I wanted to kill myself. I'm just saying, you said if I thought I'd be better off dead, and I feel like that's a whole different, shoelace to tie than your Velcro one, But whatever. And here's a little disclaimer here. If you are at risk at harming yourself or someone else, please call 911 or go to your nearest emergency room. If you want to talk with someone, support is available 24/7 from the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. And I agree. That sounds like good to have suicidal support. And again, I've never gotten to that point where I would do that to myself, but I have had the latter where it's like, well, what's the point of even existing, And I think they should be categorized in different things, But whatever, that's the way they want to categorize it. Then that's them, That's their quiz. Kind of like that one. Oh, let me press complete. Did I complete the test? Okay, assessment completed. Great. So I'm done with that. I remember taking a quiz when I was a teenager about, you know, trying to see like if I was having psychotic problems when my mom had got put into a state hospital after the divorce of her with my dad, and she kind of went like crazy, like legit crazy. And I remember they gave me a test kind of like that, and I was able to answer it fine. Like I was pretty normal back then, but I remember them being a question that was like, "Do you believe in ghosts?" And I put no. And then the next question was, "Do these ghosts talk to you?" And it was just yes or no. Like there was no like writing it out. So it's like, well, if I put yes, then it's gonna say, "Oh, you think they're ghosts." But then if I put no, it's gonna be like, "Oh, so you think they're ghosts? They just don't talk to you." And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to answer this? You're just trying to get me in a corner and make me answer it a certain way. But let's go to the second half of this regurgitated content with the medication reveal. Yay, right? So, what do we have here? Let's see. I wanted to start with your basic medications. Oh, geez. They fell on the floor. So, here you have buspirone, which, if you're not familiar with buspirone, it's your pretty basic antidepressant. And I'm pretty sure I've been on buspirone for since the beginning of time. Like maybe when I was 12 or 13, they put me on buspirone, and I've been on and off it, on and off and on and off it. It's a reliable. It's like a staple, buspirone when you're depressed or anxious. It's kind of like when you put a potato in a meal. It's a staple in the category of antidepressants. So buspirone's all right. Buspirone. I'm not taking it anymore though, just FYI. But it's buspirone's all right. What do we have next? Quetiapine, which right now I am taking 300 milligrams of this at night and 100 milligrams in the morning. Now, apparently, if you ask a doctor, quetiapine, which is substituted for Seroquel, whoever wants to know that, really is supposed to like make you super tired and knock you out, like basically be like almost like a tranquilizer, you know. And dude, I'll take the 300. And again, this is like a pretty big dose, 300. I think the highest dose you could go is maybe 6 or 700. So I'm halfway there. And yeah, the 300 doesn't really do anything to me. Like I'll take it at night and just kind of chill. Doesn't make me like less afraid. I don't know. I don't know if my body's gotten so used to it, or if since I'm like a bigger man, it's gonna take more to knock me down. But the 300 at night and then 100 in the morning is I don't know. It's working. We'll see, right? I'm again. It's a work in progress. The whole uh, mind over matter, or money on my mind, or whatever the fuck Dr. Dre said. Was that Dr. Dre? With my mind, I'm sipping down the street, smoking, sipping on gin and juice. No, that's Snoop Dogg, right? Oh, Snoop Dogg. Anyway, so let's go. Ooh, look, here's a good one. Amphetamine salts. And man, dude. Oh, I have, look. Let me show you how. I have two of them. Ooh, I thought I only had one left. So this is the amphetamine salt right here, if you can see it. It's kind of, I can't really show it to you, but it's kind of like yellow and white, right? It looks like a Dr. Mario fucking pill piece and shit, like in Tetris. But yeah, amphetamine salt, or you substitute for Adderall, and I was on this for a good while until my anxiety overdid my feeling tired, or feeling tension deficit hyperactive disorder, or whatever you want to call it. Because you know, there was a point where I had my anxiety, but I was also working two jobs, one full time at 40 hours and the other one part time at about 24, 26 hours. So I was working about 66, 70 something hours a week, you know, not to mention overtime with the full time job. So the amphetamine salts really like helped keep me awake when I was getting very tired from working the two jobs. And I miss being on them because right now I'm not, and I'm super, anxious. But that, amphetamine salts, they are kind of like caffeine, and caffeine kind of makes things worse for me at the moment. I mean, I still drink a Celsius energy drink, at least one in the morning. But dude, I used to chug at least 2 Celsius drinks in the morning, maybe an espresso, a little can of Starbucks, maybe a fucking 5-hour energy shot, and then come home from the first job, which was at 4 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Come home, take a nap from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and then go work at my second job from 6 p.m. to 10 or 11 p.m. So, like, I needed any energy I could get. And then me being like an overweight dude, it was like even worse. I needed to like drink a lot of energy drinks, and then the Adderall. It did help. It had its part. I miss it so much, but maybe one day I will be able to get on it again. Next one, trazodone. And this one it's just called trazodone. Nah, this one I took when they were saying I was having problems sleeping, because I would like stay up late with the anxiety. And I don't know, it helped. It helped me sleep. I'm pretty sure trazodone is a lot like a stronger, what is it when you're trying to sleep? That fucking supplement. What is it? Jamie, look it up. No, God damn it, I can't remember. I can't remember the supplement you take that helps you sleep. But trazodone is like a prescription type strength of that. And yeah, it just helps you sleep. And some of it, if you do take it enough, it does help with anxiety. But they got me off of it too. I just have it here for sentimental reasons. A lot of these pills here for sentimental reasons. What do we have? There's that. Here's a new one I've been on. Paroxetine, which is substituted for Paxil. And yeah, I haven't been on this in forever. I think this was a staple from the very beginning too, and I might have gotten off of it because it tends to make you very tired. And when I was working the two jobs, and again, oh, I don't think I said this, but I was working two jobs for 7 years. Like, I had my full time job for at least 12 or 13 years, and then eventually got a part time job when I bought the house for another 7 years. So I was doing two jobs for at least 7 years. So yeah, I needed to keep the fear at bay, but then also not be tired. So there's a weird balance to that of taking medication for anxiety to calm you down, but then not being too calm to where you had the energy to actually do stuff. And I'm sure you could agree with me too. Any of you same people who are out there who might be suffering from the same thing I am, or having the same issues. There's a balance that is just so hard to achieve of not being tired, but not being too worked up and afraid. And that's what we're working on right now. Is at least in my life, is that type of stuff. But the Paxil's helping. I had a Indian doctor dude prescribe me this, so it might be legit. I don't know. It's because my usual doctor is actually a nurse practitioner, so it's like, it's kind of not really. But then I had a quick talk with an Indian psychiatrist, and he was like, "Oh no, you should take Paxil. You should try it out. I think it'll work for you. I suggest it." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." You sound like you know your shit. Let's do it. And it's, for the most part, it's doing its thing. Here's a weird one I've been on for a while: Armor Thyroid. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't even know if I need to be on this anymore, but I'm still just on it. And it could be just my, like, that was a symptom. Like, oh, your thyroid is kind of out of whack. You're always tired. You complain about this and that. You're overweight. You must have hyperthyroidism. Here's some pills to fucking fix that for you. So I'm not even sure if this is really like an issue anymore. I just take it. Uh, you know, it's kind of like the Buspirone. It's just like a staple now of my pills. But I don't know. I prefer. I don't know. I would prefer to be off of this, but I know I don't know. I don't know how it is. It's just like been a part of it now. I don't know if I should be off of it. I know for a fact that this is like the most expensive pill that I purchase. Like, all these other pills are pretty much covered by insurance, and this one for some reason is like every other pill's like $5 a bottle, where this one's like $30 a bottle, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Like I don't know. Do I really need my thyroid that much? I remember they had wanted to give me hormone therapy, like, not the shit that they do nowadays with women and men, but they wanted to, like, kind of give me more male hormone because I was low or whatever on testosterone. And I didn't want to do like the creams, because they're supposedly like creams you put under your armpits, and some of the fucking side effects where your hair would start growing like Beast from X-Men and shit. So I was like, I don't know. And then they signed me up for this hormone therapy that was like super expensive, and it was man, I can't remember the name of it. I'm sure if I looked it up I could, but it was like a little pellet, right? And it had like natural derivatives from like different vegetables, and it was saying like, oh, mostly the sweet potato, right? And they're like, okay, we're gonna inject this pellet into the side of your body, and then it's gonna slowly be input into your like bloodstream, right? Like slowly, naturally and slowly. And I remember it be costing like a good $700 to $1,400. It was fucking expensive. It's good to have insurance though, right? Now I don't think my insurance covered it, but I did have like a spending account. But I was like, I'm willing to try it. Let's see what's up. And I just had the money, I was like, fuck it. But they numbed the side of my hip, and then they like made a hole into the side of my hip, and there was just a hole, like a little pore, and then they injected the pellet, and it felt so weird. It was like, I don't know, it was pressure, but it didn't hurt, but it was just like it was a pressure that I didn't welcome into my body, you know? And I was like, what? This feels so weird. And yeah, so like they just put a band-aid over it once they did that, and that's it. And for a while I could move the band-aid, and there was just a hole in my stomach, you know, that you could like look in, and you could probably like stick a pinky in there or something, or stick a fucking jelly bean, but stick a bunch of jelly beans in there. But yeah, that was pretty weird. And I don't know if that helped. I didn't feel like it helped for the cost of it, you know, for what it was worth. But it was an attempt that we did and can say we did now, you know. A couple other ones, a couple of what are they called? Honorable mentions. Now here's Metropolo, which is Metropolo and Lisinopril, which are both blood pressure medications. And yeah, I guess like there was a point last year where I started feeling like really bad, like shit, and I was always angry all the time. And of course it could be from like my bipolarism or whatever the fuck else you want to classify me as. But I remember like feeling really bad, like all these, I was taking ibuprofen like M&Ms, you know, nonstop. None of these female M&Ms. No, I was taking ibuprofen like candy. And I remember finally like going to the doctor, like a rapid clinic type ordeal, and they were like, your blood pressure is really high. They go, it's like 300 or 400. They're like, you need to go to the hospital. This is really high. If you don't get this down, you're gonna have to go to the hospital. I was all in my head. I was like, man, I don't want to go to the hospital. Fucking doctors don't know shit. Nah, I didn't want to go at all. So I was like, well, can you do whatever to bring it down? And so they were able to bring it down with whatever pills they had there and shit. And finally, yeah, it finally got under control. But now I'm on like a couple of pretty decent amounts of these blood pressure medications. And what sucks about those too is those slow you down too. They make you tired, and it's like, God, dude, like everything just makes you tired. All these medications, and that's why you have to find that balance and shit. But again, it's really hard, you know. And the final medicine I'd like to go over is Fetzima, and yeah, this one's pretty much for the anxiety and medication, or anxiety and depression too. 120 milligrams, pretty high. I know that one is name brand. I'm not really sure what it does, but that one's been brand new and important, and it's kind of helped me get back to I wouldn't say regular. I'm still fucking feeling like shit, you know, and not wanting to do anything, being afraid of every single thing that goes on with the irrational thoughts in my head. But at least it you know, keeps me at a base where I'm able to, okay, like accept this reality. Let's work on it more, you know. And that's what we're doing with like the Paxil. That's what we're doing with the you know, I didn't even mention the Xanax. I'm on Xanax. Yeah, not the name brand Xanax, the generic brand, because I can't afford the name brand. No, the generic brand's just as good. But yeah, I started getting on Xanax now, and I'm taking about half a milligram half a milligram 3 times a day. So that's kind of a lot, apparently. And my doctor wants to see about putting me on Valium or clonazepam, which I'm excited. Hooray! Nah, we'll see what happens. My body, my mind and my body are just stuck in that fight or flight mode constantly, and yeah, I just need something to slow it down and de-stress it or whatever, you know. So we're working on that. We are, but yeah, that was pretty much, that was all the pills. That was the big pill reveal for today. So yeah, if you want to let me know in the comments what your favorite pills are, what kind of medications you might be on, or if any of these you know pill stories helped you in any way, or what you might be doing. Because yeah, I've been on like a lot of things. I know there was when I first tried Adderall. That right here was like a 10 milligram, 15 milligram dose. When I first tried it, they gave me it at like 30 milligrams, and my head would not stop spinning. I was vomiting. God, dude, yeah, that was a pretty weird introduction to it. But sometimes you just have to start slow with these things, you know. And yeah, it's just really seeing how your body reacts to it, and how your mind reacts to it. And I'm hoping we can find a balance, you know. But I don't know, whatever y'all want to talk about, I'm here, you know, and look in the comments and stuff. And I don't mean to like post this as like a sob story or all that. It's just being fun and informative, because I've like, when I say I'm on pills, yeah, I'm on a bunch of pills, you know, quite a bit. So yeah, it's fun, but it's also scary. But then it's real life. Like, what can I do? You know, what can any of us do but just handle the things that are thrown at us and take it day by day? You know. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about what's your favorite pills, and let me know if you want to see more shit like this. You know. But yeah, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.